Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a calculator to support Kilt makers. That means it involves inches. And we're up to the point of dealing with the memory keys, like memory clear, memory recall, memory plus. And we'll pick it up from there. Okay, so we left off, well, I think we're actually here. Error messages. We decided that a problem you can have is if you have a number in memory like 7, and then you enter a new value 6 inches, and then you hit memory plus, those don't make sense as an addition. So the current behavior is it creates an error value and makes that what's in memory, and then when you recall it, it comes back and says, oh, the memory is screwed up. We don't want that to happen. We would like to see an error message, probably an alert or something like that, pop up, and not change the memory and warn them that's happening, and let them edit further until they get it right. Okay, so we left off with tests, a couple of failing tests. Well, one test with 2 failing things in it. If you do 9 memory plus 7 inches memory plus, that's kind of the situation I was talking about. What it normally does, I think it really goes to 0, goes to empty. Oh no, memories. Okay, so all right, so it's memory. Let's get it right. Memory result error message. So memory is not 9. It didn't stay. It turned into the error message, mixing numbers and inches and numbers, which we make a value. So our values are either numbers, inches, or errors. All right, and then the error message was empty, okay, and not equal to error mixing those things. So let's go to calculator, and we can quickly see why this is empty. It's initialized to empty, and nobody does anything with it. What's that? Tests look at it. Okay, so what we want to happen, this is on M plus. So memory add. All right. The current behavior is it evaluates that value, and then it computes the memory result. Does equals clear the string? Yes. We may need to modify that. Yeah, do we want history values there either? I don't think we do. Okay, so let's, well, the memory evaluation is fine. That's this part. The history is probably fine. I'm going to make this more independent, and then I'm going to, well, no, maybe I should. Let me do it another way. All right. Instead of that, let me modify this. And yeah, well, I don't know if he has to throw. I think we need to evaluate it. I mean, the first thing that could happen is M plus, the stuff we're going to throw into memory is screwed up, okay? And this is our first chance to find that out. Or if that's okay, then what happens when the types don't match in the memory, and then that's an error. So here, I kind of question this one too. I think it's fine to evaluate the input, but do we want to put it in history if it's all screwed up? I don't think we do. and then only then do we clear it. So I think there's more to do there. So I will duplicate for now, and we'll remember this duplication and clean it out at an appropriate time, I hope. Okay, so what we want to happen, I want to evaluate the result. All right, if the result, what do we say? If let case dot error equals result. Okay, so if that evaluation, is it case let? Well, at least I got it only backwards and not what I went through yesterday. All right. Oh, we don't need the error, the let. Okay. If the result is an error, is kind of what that's saying, then I think I think we want to put an error message equals, well, here we go. I do need let. Okay. Equals the message. And we're not going to clear the input, and we're not going to write anything to history. So we will return. Okay, so we don't change the input because we want to give them a chance to edit it. We set the message and we leave the memory alone. Okay. That's fine. All right. Now, if it did evaluate to something legit, okay, I'm taking equals out. Right. Let's do this. So this is our else. So if it evaluated legitimately, then it belongs in history. I think that's a true thing. Then we need to compute memory plus result. I don't know, temp equal memory plus result. Okay. Now, if we're kind of going to do the same thing, if there's an error in generating that result, if temp is an error, then we want to say error message equals, and I think we want to say message, and then memory left unchanged. Okay, so we're not, whatever problem we had, we're not doing anything about it. All right, and then this will do a return. Okay, and otherwise, no reason to calculate it twice. There's a better name than temp out there. Otherwise, we'll do input.clear because everything worked, and we'll return. Okay. And I think I need to put that in my message. Okay. Right. Let's see that. Now, yeah, the question of expression throw. I mean, the reason I've done things this way so far is the notion that everything's a value and errors all combine with values to form more errors. It's sort of a little algebra of those three types working together. And then we didn't really need separate notion of error, but now we're putting one in. So I think, I don't know, we may come back to that one too. Okay. All right. So I guess what we don't have is we don't have a way to show this error. And we're not, let's see, make sure I'm saying the right thing here. We're yeah, I mean, it's nice to keep the exceptions out of the flow, but then at some point, well, I don't know. This is a way to avoid exceptions, is to make all your arithmetic very symmetrical in the sense that anything can work with, anything combines with anything, except sometimes the combination gives you an error. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth considering again, but I wouldn't do it until we got. I think if we did the thing of pulling out the sort of can you hit this key kind of thinking, I think of it like valid prefixes of an expression, then most of those messages will be caught beforehand, or pulling in a separate phase. The messages will come out beforehand. And then the messages that are left probably are more like exceptions, but I don't know. All right, let's get the UI working for this. Okay, so this is getting a little large too. All right, so we present the history, we present the display, but we don't show that error message anywhere. So what I think we want to do I think it's alert, right? Let me get another window. I know you can use sheet too, but I think alert will do what we want most nicely. Oh, deprecated. Oh, I'll show an alert. Right. Okay. Yeah, we just have to. Have to do that. Okay, now that's state. I want to tie it to our calculator, which is an object instead of a state. So I'm less clear. To find my little booklet again. Dude. And we have observed object or state object. I'm not sure which one. We're one deep, so it's probably just observed object, right? Observed object. Oh, who owns this? Must be the app. All right, the app owns the calculator. All right, we're an observed object. All right. Let me give state. Okay, so we have an error. Oh, it's not private set, it's just var. Property wrapper cannot be applied to a computed property. Can we bind to that? Yeah. Okay, can we get it from this? Where is this? I guess we want to say, let's find, I guess we'll attach it on here. Is presenting content is deprecated. Use alert title presenting. Use alert title is presented actions. I don't think I have any actions. We'll see what goes. Okay, so the title key. We'll say it's presented, and this is $calculator dot has error. The actions. Oh, is he gonna be unhappy? I don't think I can do this. I need a binding. Okay, let's make that state. Okay, so let's do this one. Did set as error equals not error message dot is empty. Okay. I don't know what actions. Actions message. Sorry, let's see what we can get again. Let's see our options here. Alert. Action escaping. Yeah, he's too confused. Action goes to nothing, goes to view. Well, that sounds like the stuff inside. I think this might be one like this. Cannot assign to property. Oh, well, this is... Maybe this should be state. Yeah, but like, why would alert need to set it, right? Unless it's the show, it's more of a show error. And why would you do that for me? Okay. All right, now what triggers him Okay, so somebody here, button calculator.enter. Okay, want to enter it and then show error equals calculator.message. It's empty. Okay. And that only happens after a button. Okay. So at this point, I've taken this bit out. And I've taken this bit out. All right. Let's see how that... And our only error is that one. Okay, 7 memory plus 4 inches. Now this should leave it editable as 4 inches. Leave the memory 7 and pop up an error screen. Okay. The message is a little weak. Why didn't it show anything? And the button is there, not on my doing. Okay, so that's why they need to set it back. Okay, so it does have to be a state. All right, now, why is this not showing the contents? Important message. I got more buttons, but I really have more stuff I want in my message. Alert. Oh, okay. I can create an alert variable. Title, text, error. And yeah, that's a good question to me. Maybe it should not. You know, we didn't really say in our test, did we? Okay, let's get text is calculator.error message. I don't think I have to do a dismiss button. Well, let's put it in for a moment here. Okay. Alert, title, error, message, calculator.error message, default. Alert conform to view. Wow, interesting. Well, let's see if alert really... Let's try. Why isn't it a view? Deprecated. Okay, let's see this one. Oh, maybe this one's supposed to be doing all that stuff. Oh, okay. Message is... Do they have an example? Yeah, I got to do this second thing. All right, I can do that. Message colon. Back. So what's the label? Alert title, presenting details. What is presenting? Is presenting data an optional source of truth? Return the alerts actions given the currently available data. Well, that makes me think I gotta have a variation that doesn't need actions. Alert is presented actions. I mean, I can do that, but all right, well. Sorry, what did this one suggest about the button? Roll cancel. Okay. Do nothing. Okay. Presented when that's true. Give it a cancel button and a message. All right. All right, 4 memory plus 7 inches. Memory plus should be an error. I like it. It's a little understated, but we can make this a little bigger. I don't know, headline with that. That looks the same to me. But I can do this. Whoa, what's going on? Oh, we don't clear it ever. Yeah. All right, and what's the complaint here? Okay, he's not a public. Let's give it a reset here. Okay, and your complaint is on one line or one per line. Well, I think it's a misunderstanding of when you have two closures as arguments. But I can see if it'll format like this. I don't know if that'll satisfy it. Eight inches memory plus, 4 memory plus. Get an error. I didn't change. Oh, it did change it to headline. Let's make it Sorry. Four memory plus 8 inches memory plus doesn't appear to be an option. Okay, but that looks like it'll work. Yeah. Memory plus and memory call should be 12. Good. Okay. Let's see. So we've added an alert when there's an error message, and M+ detects type mixing as an error. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can get a fancier format, but it's acceptable. I mean, mostly if you never make a typo, it never happens to you, right? It's the old justification. All right, let's straighten out. Okay, so this should M add. Well, I'll tell you. I kind of feel like this should be only in the success case, and it should be followed by a history item that says I sent it to an M+. So, oh, golly. How do we want to do this? This, I don't know, these three arguments is getting unwieldy. Memory result error. So, all right. I want to know the history. Well, I think this is a different test. Memory plus goes to history. Maybe it's successful. Okay, so I want to simulate 9m plus 7m plus equals, I think. All right, so let's see, we've got calculator. Oh, I'm using this helper. Does he? Gives me history items and strings. Well, I kind of want to use that one then. All right, let's go back. Let me just snag all this and then we'll straighten it out. Okay, so I'm going to trust it to do basically the right thing. Display should be expression result. Equals expression result of that's nice little behavior, but all right. I want to say 7 and plus 4. Is that enough? And plus acts like equals. All right. So at this point, that's a simple correct value going to the calculator. Result is calc.display. It doesn't sound right. I threw it away before, but now I'm getting the result back. And return display. Okay, so I'm going to call this display equals calc.display. Well, I don't care about that. My input string and calculator. Okay. Yeah, it should not fail. So, okay, let's see if we can get what we want here. Assert equal calc.errorMessage should be empty. Okay. Assert equal calc.display should be 7. Should be 7. And I want to look at the history. And memory should be 7 too. But I don't think we care. Well, let's check it. Value.number 7. Okay, I think we made that equatable. Good. All right, and then this stuff we've already covered. I want to look at the history. I guess I don't need result because that's just display. Maybe I never did. I don't know. All right, but history. Okay, insert equal. I think calc.history.count is, I think the current, let's say what we currently do. I think assert equal calc.history sub 0 should be history item, and I hope these are comparable. Expression 7 and value. Oh, expression is number. And the value should be the string version of that, 7. Yeah, so the equal is kind of implicit, and they are not comparable. History item conform to equatable. That seems like something I should do. String has no member number. Oh, is this a string at this point? Oh, it is. Okay. Well. All right, and let's go to history item, and let's give it an extension. I think that's probably all we have to do. No? You have to type an A in there too. Okay. I mean, these look like equatable types to me already, so I I guess that was, I need the separate space. Okay, now the test. Okay, let's see if this goes. Minimum value history was never used. Oh. Because I do need to extend it. And what is that? We override. Is it? Equal to is a static method of your type. Okay, that's the one. And I'm going to pull this over into the test because it's kind of a specialized comparison. Return LHS.expression equals RHS.expression and LHS.value equals RHS.value. And I will pull it into the test area. So far, these are the only ones that care. Okay, I think this will pass. Right. Okay, so I think that reflects the current situation. Let's check this in. We currently we write one history item when M+ is pressed. Okay, and then I think you're right that we need to do an unsuccessful case. Unsuccessful expression on memory plus does not go to history. Okay, and so let's do 7-inch M+. All right, and so the display I don't know. we do so much error avoidance, I'm not sure this can happen like that. Well, I guess the thing we know that can happen is 7" plus 4. Okay, because it can't detect that until it doesn't see an inch here, which happens on evaluation. All right, so if the expression fails, then I think we want to do well, let's put some spaces in. 7n plus 4 is what's left there. The memory stays 0. And the error message is like error mixing inches and units. Okay. The history count should be 0. All right, because we don't want that to go in. So I'm headed towards what we want. I think we avoided this one, and then we have a second unsuccessful case. Right. Error mixing inches and numbers. Oh, yeah, good. All right, now the unsuccessful let's see, how about M plus memory? I'll write the case first. 7 inches M plus 4 M plus, right? So 7, the display should be 4. The memory should be inches 7. And the message should be memory not changed. And this, I think, is the line that's going to fail. Okay, and this is how about M memory plus that tries to mix units and numbers does not go to history. Okay, memory plus that mixes units and numbers does not go to history. Okay, so we're not using formatter, are we? Why isn't it complaining about that? Okay, 7 inch M plus 4 M plus should still display this. Okay, I think this test will fail on 423. Maybe here if I screwed up the language. No. Okay, so I'm not testing what I thought I was. Okay. So if the expression evaluates and it's legit, then we're writing to history. How is this case not catching that? Because it didn't run. Xcode. Okay. Memory left unchanged. No, it did not. That's so frustrating. But this is 2. Okay, this should be 1. Sorry, because this 7 inches M plus did succeed, but it's 2. All right, so let's see it fail properly. it's a good example of Ted Young's rule. You got to understand what you're supposed to get for a failure. Okay, now I want to make this not right to history in this case. So this only happens once you're convinced that it's legit. Okay, so that should leave everybody passing. Okay, history only writes on M plus when expression is good and it can, and adding it to memory is good. All right, I think that's also good. Now, I'm wondering if we should go back. I'm pretty sure it was you, Mudshark666, suggesting like maybe history shouldn't be 2 items. And if we ever needed to go back to it, we could split on equals and know what we find. But I think, well, one thing, what I would like to do is I'd like to put in something that says goes to memory or goes to memory plus or something like that as the next line. I'd like to put 2 items in the history. That's what I'm trying to say. One to explain its value and then notice that it went added into memory plus. Okay. And the second one is, I still have it in my mind, and this was kind of an early thought, but and again, you mentioned it as well. It would be nice at some point if you could insert text in. I don't think you need to necessarily edit the expressions that were there, but insert text between them if you wanted to, that you could explain what you were doing and things like that. And this 2-piece format gets in the way of that. All right, so I think I'm going to push that on the stack here. Error messages to message field. This is really mem plus error messages to message field, shown as alert. Okay, and I'm comfortable that we've done the minimum on that. I think the feature begs to be done that way on the main calculator, even if you didn't have the memory keys. So I guess I should say that too. Make all errors report to calculator.errorMessage. Okay. And then I also make M plus and M minus in the future add something like arrow M plus to history. And actually, there's a nice little like quarter arrow or something. I don't know what you call it. Let's get up my editor. Pull that symbol in. One of those mathematical arrows that, I don't know, category theory people or something use. Where are you? There we are. Right where it's... I want one that goes down and across. I think there's one like that. I can settle for these, I guess. Even that would be okay. But I could swear... There it is. Miscellaneous. Downwards arrow with tip rightwards. Okay, that's the one I'm thinking of. Wow. I mean, who knows what all these things are? But, I mean, mathematics has been around a lot longer than computers, so, All right, so can I get that inserted? I already did. Okay. That's the one I want. Okay. So, I have one more thing then. I want to make history History, just a list. Well, maybe history item. History item, hold a string only. One string only. Okay. And everywhere that we check it with, it's going to have to change. All right. So let's find history item. I'm just going to call it item. Item of string. And this comes out. So everybody's going to have to put their own equals in for now. And the build should tell us where. Not a lot. Input string. So this becomes item. Input string equals that. And that is this. Result. Okay, item is input to string equals value formatter dot result 1, 2. All right, and this one is very similar. Item put string that equals something. Comma goes away. Okay. Now there should be, let's make history item a little smarter. Let's give it a constructor. Since there's only one thing, I don't think there's any real danger of confusion. When you have two of the same type, the helper stuff is really a little more useful. All right, so now the compiler doesn't really compile the tests until you try and run them. So, stream expression. Okay, so here we've got calculator.history. This is just a string now. The equals is already in it, so it's $0. All right, and then the history, calculator.history.last. Well, so this just becomes calculator.history.last. Item, I guess. If history is empty, do nothing. All right. Dot item. All right, I saw something in content view go by there. What was the matter there? All right, I guess these are all tests. Okay. History item. Well, this is now item. Okay. History.last dot item should be 1 plus 2 equals 3. I put spaces in now. All right, that's still history. Okay, so history sub 0 dot item 1 plus 2 equals 3. Don't need that. Yeah, the strings aren't overkill because you might have the same expression twice, so the identifiable becomes important. Okay, clear history. History dot last dot expression. Equals 5. I guess we're gonna have to say it, right? Because it does calculate it here. Okay. Oh, there's the message I was expecting sooner. Okay. History sub item 7. Well, we can just say dot item. Yeah. All right. This should all be good. Good. All right. So we did I screw something up here? Oh. Show my current stuff. Okay. Make history item only hold one string. All right. That's good. Now push that. All right. So now I want to do this. Well, M plus version of that. And our tests, that should 7M plus. Okay, I want the count, to be 2. And I want this one to be this. Yeah. Yeah, we'd have to do some parsing. And I don't think we do the kind of parsing. Well, we're kind of prepared to parse it as entries, but we're not prepared to parse it as a string. I guess that's what I would say. Okay, this test should, well, wait a minute. I want that in there. That test should fail. Actually, probably be a number of tests that fail if they look at history. Right? That's a good failure. Okay, and now in calculator, well, let me paste this here because it's awkward to type that. History.append. History.append history item. This. All right, I think that should pass. Yeah, getting the equal sign's not bad, but oh no, the strings would be a little different. Now this may be somebody, yeah, he succeeded, so his count should be 2, because 7 plus 7 inches m plus puts 2 items in the history. The 4m plus fails because of the type mismatch and doesn't put anything in the history. So, guess I was being loose, but I'm not surprised by that failure. All right, add arrow m plus to history when m plus succeeds. And I kind of want to see that and make sure it looks as nice as I'm hoping. All right, so 4m plus. The value's there to look at. So, I mean, usually you get 4 equals 4 or something like that, but that's there. Okay. 4m plus 7m plus equals. Okay. But history should show all our 4 equals 4, so 7m plus equals 0. Okay. Okay, so to do, well, we're not doing a minus yet, but this is done. Well, that's an option. I could also put it on the same line. Maybe that would be nicer. Where can I type here? Okay. I'd probably switch arrows. I could do that. All right, let's switch our test. So this, oh, I thought I had that set. All right, word arrow. Maybe that longer one is nicer. He's too low. I don't like that one. Interesting, they're so different heights. Well, that one's got possibilities. But this one's just too awkward. I guess mathematicians like them down low. Well, that might be worth trying. That one, these look fancy. Yeah, that's true. Do you think the equals resembling equals is good or bad? In a way, it's kind of mixing symbols. I don't know. Now I just want to look at symbols and see how clever they all are. All right. You thinking that one? I don't know if space or not. I think that's all right. Okay, and so this goes back to 1. This goes away. That other place. Memory. This goes back to 1. We weren't looking, we're just assuming it has whatever it should have, which I think is the right choice. All right, these 2 tests should fail. That's 2, and that is not that. All right, so entry, calculator, append this, goes to M plus, this comes out. I think that's it. All right, real quick. Oh yeah, much nicer than just saying M plus all the time. 7 M plus, maybe recall should be 11. Okay, equals, yeah. All right. I guess that's not what we were doing. What we were doing was change history to put arrow M, I guess it's really this arrow, M plus at end of line for M plus. All right. Okay, good. That I like it. Let's take a break, 3 or 4 minutes. I think I want to get M minus working, and then we'll deal with the other errors. History should note it added to memory. Yeah. And I think we've defined this, but we'll come back and make sure. All right. I think we're getting there on the memory feature. Okay, so 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll come tackle the rest of this. Thanks. Welcome back. All right, let's finish up this memory stuff with memory minus. I think we'll deal with that. How do error messages interact with history? Well, I think we've done the right thing for memory keys, but we're going to have to look at it for the others. Memory clear we did, memory plus is done, so this line is really redundant. All right, calculator tests, memory and result. Memory. Well, that's clear kind of stuff. I'm going to move this test up. Memory and result. Okay, let's... Inches, memory clear. Okay, I think this is legit now. Memory clear resets to 0. Calculator, set it to a value. Oh, okay. We'll do it like this. The input is 42 inches. Well, 42 inches M plus. Okay. And then when you clear it, the memory goes back to 0. All right, I think that's legit. Good. All right, memory and result. Let's say memory plus. Now, I'm not going to worry about history. Minus and result. Let's do these here. I don't think I'm worried about the... I mean, I think the real thing I'm going to look at is the actual subtraction. So if I do 9m plus 7m minus, well, let's do equals. I expect memory to be 2. Result to be, I forget, is it 0? M plus, find a valid one. 7m plus 9m plus. Do we have valid cases? 9m plus 7m recall. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, well, let's make... I can't remember if it puts a 0 in or leaves the 7 in. And the display, no, the error message is empty. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it leaves it there. Okay, as a result, maybe. Okay. But we should be able to do the case for M plus. I don't know if we really properly did that. The memory should be 16. We probably still have 7 and no error. Okay. And 9 minus 7 is 2. All right, let's hope 386 passes and 387 fails. Oh dear. 0. It's not equal to 7. Oh, okay. That was one of our 2 choices. And then this one is probably 9 is not equal to 2. This one should, well, it should be 0 too by the same logic. But memory should be 2. Okay. because I think it's a 7 because it doesn't know how to handle it yet. So, okay, yeah, this is the kind of failure we wanted. All right, and well, let's go back to keypad. M plus, M minus is memory subtract. Let's find calculator. Memory add, memory subtract. Okay. Put these two closer together. All right, and so we'll just assume into existence our memory add, subtract. All right, it's gonna look a lot like this. Can I pull this stuff out? Let's say there's a function public func memory add, and it calls file private func memory add memory combine, and this calls memory combine. All right, that should still be one failing test. Well, sure. Public func memory subtract goes to memory combine. Press equals input is empty because it was moved to memory. I don't think exactly that, because I think the way I've got it, M plus is sort of like an equals. It doesn't really in this case, but it's like an equals, and then it evaluates the thing, and then it puts it in memory. But I think, Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay, so one failing test, good. All right, let's pass in, well, input is fine, message is fine. Error messages, it's really this. Let's give it an operator. No, third word. How about action is value goes to value. This is where that error handling case is nice, because this will get pretty ugly with throws in it. Okay, and we got, all right, and this one wants plus, and this one wants minus. All right, it's still going to fail. And those are value dot operator plus and value operator minus. Right. This, we need to know the string. Action name. String. And I guess I don't need that. All right. That's kind of what you're putting in the error message. All right. Again, one failure. The failure is going to be a little different. It's going to add instead of subtracting 16. Yep. Okay. And this needs to be, let's say, action of memory. I don't know. Action's not the right word. Let's call it op. We used op before. Okay. Op. Anything else that looks different, because this one is op name. Okay. Oh, yeah, that clears. All right, so test should pass. And what you complained. Right. Now I want this to be check that and that. I guess I took care of that. All right. No exact matches. Oh, I got some EGs to do. Okay, so the input is 7M plus. And the maybe I just want this and plus, and I want to expect I guess M plus in the history, right? Oh no, I want the value in memory. 7M plus. Good. Okay. Contextual argument for closure expects one type. Yes. So input. Well, this is $0 dot input. I think I'm going to do EG assert equal. The actual is. No, I don't think that's going to work here. All right, my display has to be it should be $0 dot expect 0. First field here, and this should be value of $0 dot expect 0. That should be empty. That should be 1. This should be 7 equals 7. That part's fine, but this needs to be $0 dot expect dot 1. Okay. All right, does this work? $7M minus equals minus 7 M minus. Does this equal? Oh, these should probably. Oh yeah, so I lift up my file and line stuff. Yeah, it probably should. No. Oh, interesting. Because it's still 7 in this case, so I can't use... I guess I could use the first character or something. It's got to come from there, though. You're right. Let input character equals $0.expect.0.first. Okay, and then these should really do file $0.file line $0.line. You can see why I prefer EG assert equal, but I don't think he's up to the job. Well, would he? Maybe he's okay. Expect.0. Well, let's take this for a moment. Okay. Can I convert int to expected type double? Oh, could have let him do that. Okay. One brace. Okay. $0. Oh, dot input. Dot first. Okay. Good. Okay, the right line got the error. All right. Let's see. Somewhere 7 is not equal to -7. Seven. So is that failing on the memory? Huh. I'm kind of hurting myself with this. Make sure it's failing on the line. I think it is. We're 18. The input character should be 7. Why is... Okay, we'll do that up here too. I mean, it's going to the right line, so I think it's got to be one of those two lines. All right. Display expect 0. Seven m minus 0.expect 0 minus 7. Oh, no, that's not correct. It really is this thing. Because it's got to be what this typed, which is that. Okay. All right, and then this one. Now I don't expect this next line to fail ever. Expected expression. Oops. Okay. I'm okay with these just being the ones to check this, because the way we built it, we know there's no minus and plus will behave the same. So I think we're done there. All right. So to do and minus. Okay. Now I think we've done this one, and now we're doing error handling. Okay. Okay, so how do error messages interact with history? I think we want to say that no history when there was an error, and input still there so you can edit it, revise it. Okay. Now, yeah, maybe this is first though. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so 4m plus 3m minus. And I don't know if I hit m minus. Okay. So 4 minus 6 is minus 2. Oops. Memory recall 1. Did I do it wrong? 4. Whoops. Clear. 4m plus 3m minus. If I say equals, it should save that and be 0. 3 equals 3m minus. Okay. I'm not sure that's... Okay, and this should be 1, 2. What am I doing wrong? 4m plus 3m minus. Memory recall 1, 3. Okay. Okay. I think we are not oh, maybe I didn't do clears. 4m plus 3m minus. Recall 1. That's better. Okay. Clear that. I'm wondering if I'd be happier seeing a line that told me what the memory was now. Okay, so if I clear and 7 and minus, memory call should be -7. Yeah. Okay. And if I do memory recall again, I get the 2. If I equals that, I get an error. Unbalanced parentheses are missing. All right, now my error message is going into history, so that we've got covered. Did I lose? I'm saying error messages to error message in calculator. Okay. So this error looks really big to me. Maybe that's a function of, well, okay, that's not going to be there. It's not going to live there, so okay. So I think given if I got to work the M clears, but if I do 7 memory plus, no, I think the history should be 7. Let's do 7 memory plus 2 memory minus. It's an actual 2. It might be better to just say, well, okay, let me clear again. I mean, you can say 7m plus 2 plus 2 m minus should be -4. So I'll say 2 plus 2 equals 4 to m minus. So the net of memory recall should be 3, 4, and memory recall 3. Okay, so I think it's doing the right thing. This history's got to get smaller. But yeah, I don't know. I find this confusing, but wait a minute. I'm more confused. All right, let's clear and clear. If I say 2 plus 2 m plus, I expect to see 2 plus 2 equals 4 goes to m plus. Okay. And if I do 5 plus 5 m minus, I expect 5 plus 5 equals 10 goes to m minus, and we should be -6. Okay, memory recall, -6. Okay, I think that's okay. Yeah, because I think the history, the left-hand part of it's telling us what the value is, and this is telling what happens to it. But I guess the other thing I'm wondering is do I care about the 5 plus 5 so much, or would it be nice to have the history, the memory? You know, if it said 5 plus 5 equals 10 goes to m minus, and then we showed you memory equals -6, that might be nice. Okay, so let's put this is more of an idea. Show memory value in history 2. All right, but we did this 5 plus 5 thing. Is this in history? Okay, I guess it is. Yeah. All right. So I think this font is too big for my taste. I mean, it's probably good to have a relatively good font, but let's see, where's history view? Font title. And it's only on the button, on the H stack. Font body, let's try that on. Oh, we probably could do a preview. And that's, wait, I've done something wrong. That's the done button. That's the clear button. Oh. All right. See if that thing can... History. I guess my example is empty. Yeah. All right. Run. Two plus 3 equals history. That's more tolerable. I might try. Well, that's title. What was this down here? Title. Now, something's funny. History's at title and list is at title, but history looks a lot bigger than list does. Oh, sorry. Still not looking good. I wonder if it's just computationally sucking up my computer so it can't keep up. Why? I mean, body, that looks like a body. I guess, I don't know. I'm confusing myself as to what I did now. 7 times 9 equals history. That looks like body. Now if I do title, nine divided by 6 equals history title. Okay, that's the larger size. I guess I'll go with body. Okay. Update text size in history. Seems like more went on here. Oh, all the M minus. Okay. Error messages to error messages. I don't think so. Let's see. Yeah. I don't think they tell you. I mean, title 2 might be smaller. Or between them. We can try it. History view. Yeah, that's sort of big again. Maybe it's okay. Well, I know what to do, right? Put the candidates in here and let's title 2, title 3. Maybe this one body. We already know title's too big. Okay, well, there you have it. Maybe title 3. Body, yeah, let's keep title 3. Okay. Well, I don't think Tess will care, but yeah. Well, we can look at a headline too. What the heck? I'm typing too much. I think I can just type equals. Okay, so title 3, body. Yeah, headline's a little, well, I don't know if it's big or not. It's lighter weight than, oh, wait. Headline looks like, I think it's the same size, but bold maybe? Definitely smaller than title 3. I think I'll try title 3. I better put some bulky text in there too, just to make sure. Or a few lines or something. I can live with this. I think the original was all this size, which was way, way big. I don't want to get too small because nothing against the average kilt maker I've met, but they don't come under 40 very often. Usually they're more closer to my age, unfortunately. And eyesight doesn't tend to be as good and stuff like that. So just from a kind of target audience point of view, it skews older. So there's no reason to get too small. All right. Did we check that last one in? Set history to title 3, font size. All right. Now, I think this next bit's kind of a two-stage process. So I want to make sure when somebody calculates something that is wrong, they put the error message in calculator. Right now they put it in the display, and we'll have it in both places for a minute. But I think we want to make equals do just as much as m plus or m minus on that. Okay, so, and I'm sorry, one more thing I wondered. Let's make sure we have clear, add, subtract. Where's recall? Okay, there it is. Okay. Right. So let's find tests with error messages. They don't look at error message though. Okay, it's only ones that have equals. Expect 1. I'm going to cheat a little bit. Display. What's this doing? Okay. I'm going to say if there's an output, if the output starts with a number, it's fine. But if it starts with something else, numeric, alphabetic, that's an error message, and the error message should be in the error message field. Now this, Or do I want to just give them the two expectations? Well, this is a simple expected value. Display does that. I don't always start them with E, but they always start alphabetic. Okay, so yeah, let's try that. I don't need to do it on those, but these can have failures. So, gosh, I don't quite like doing this. Okay. All right, and I expect the numeric ones to pass and the alphabetic ones to fail. Okay, that's... Oh, yeah. Maybe I expect this no matter what. The way it is now. I think it'll simplify once. No. Okay. Yeah. So those are failing the way I want them to fail. I don't know what this Y stuff is. I don't think that's needed anymore. One. Oh, no, it is. It's setting the yard feet inches output. Okay. Now that maybe needed down here too. Make sure I pass it in up there. Okay. I'm going to create a calculator, do this, and then look at calc.errorMessage. Because these... Oh, no. Okay. Let's put this test. That one's kind of back where it was. All right. Okay, excuse me. All right, so we'll let that one be. This one, calculator error message, we want to check this, and this should fail. And this one should pass. Build failed. Oh, that means I messed up my calculator. Overflow. Okay, so that was blank. Let's run that again. I think it failed on the one I deleted. Okay, this one, blank. Right, it is blank because it's the error message we're looking at now here. All right, now this one. I almost want to pull these. Test. Let's try test valid computations. All right, those two are okay. These two are okay. Three and six equals. 3 and 6 equals. Oh, wait a minute. Put this back. Okay, these two have valid outputs. There you go here. This one has an invalid output. It goes down here. 9 plus, that's actually entering, yes, but this is invalid. Six in squiggle 4. Okay. This one. Okay. Display of that. I'm going to let these go a little bit. We'll get these working and then fail the others, I guess. All right. So calculator, wherever equals is. Right. So I kind of think we want the same logic as we have in memory combine. I'll just put it up there for reference. No, I'll just open this in the other. Calculator and calculator. Okay, so here's equals. Here's memory combine, value memory combine. Okay, result equals expression input. Evaluate. That's great. But we need to do this. If the result is an error with a message, then we should throw that in the error message field, leave the input alone so that they can do other stuff with it, and we're not going to write it to history. All right, then we don't have to worry about this case. Then we do our history append, and then we clear. That's the assignment they needed. Or, right, I guess that's got to be that way. Okay, so I think this is more similar. I don't know if we can pull that concept out. Okay, but lots of those failing tests should now be passing tests. So let's see how we're doing. I want to get to some with close this. Where is it? Mark. So this, expect numbers and units don't match. Oh, I think we're in the other test, right? Test units and operations. No, we're not. What do we get? Empty string. Okay. And these all came up with empty strings. Now, which line are they failing on? Well, it must be this one. Let's run it. Okay, so I think we had an easy one. 5 yard 2 equals 5 yard 2 equals numbers and units don't match. I'm not sure what you mean by try cases. We don't have any. This, and I should be able to delete, and equals should be fine. Okay. Are those the try cases? They're the ones that they detected that the expectation is non-numeric, They create a calculator called display input, but not passing calc. All right, let's try that again. Okay, test failed, but not up here. These all passed. All right, the tests that failed are going to be the ones that expect, but they're just looking in the display. All right. Oh, because I didn't update them either. Okay, so these should do. Let's make a calculator. Catch them. Yes, if like overflow and whatever else, any problem. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna say blank. What did you call that? Is display of $0 dot input with calculator, and then we want to look at calc dot error message. Okay, try this test. Okay. Plus or minus, this one's, oh no, these are all okay. Two in the left parentheses, display. Well, conflicting arguments. Oh, calc dot error message. Okay, some errors here. All right, so let's make this. Well, that didn't work. Okay. So if they expect a number, I don't mind. If they expect an error, I want to keep them. Well, it wasn't very many, was it? Okay, I don't need the formatter. I just want to do blank equals, well, no, I want it like that. I think I'm just going to look at the message. And I believe I can do my EG with this. Oh, and then these need to just be the error message. Oops, let's take those out of here. Errors. And this one, that checks the error field. That one's okay. Maybe I didn't need to do that. M plus MR7 or 7MR. Oh, let's undo. Sorry. Oh, there we go. This is already got everything it needs. We just need to make sure we put them correctly. This should go in the third argument. Okay, let's see if that's better. I'm not sure this second argument is right, though. Yeah. 9.7 is not equal to error. Yeah, that should be that. And this should be 7, 9. I don't know that I buy that one. 9M plus MR7 is 9.7. 9M plus 7MR I think that's what we're doing. Okay. Well, that was all the tests. Okay, so make all errors report to the calculator error message. I guess I'll say, and leave input open to further editing. Okay. So I think with what we've done, if the result is that, no, I'm still not quite sure. Not sure it's a 2-minute solution. All right, so if I do 7 plus or minus 9, oh, we switch that around. I'm not sure that's the right choice. Let's see. How can I make something that goes wrong? Times minus. Yeah. Plus or minus. No, that's still okay. Let me clear that. 7 feet 8 equals. Numbers just a match. And that's still 7 feet 8. 7? Oh, gotta click 7. Yeah, we can keep editing. feet equals, that should be 84 feet. Okay. Well, so what I was worried was, like, I guess result, we don't show result unless we're done editing. And we only show result if input is cleared, right? That was display. Okay, so if input is empty, if input is not empty, meaning there is input active, then show it. And since we didn't clear it at the end of those things, we never put the error message in there. We only show the message when input is empty, which we only do when we succeed. All right, so if there's an error message, we're okay. Yay, okay. So I think that piece is done. Error messages are there. Okay, we haven't dealt with... Oh, I think we have dealt with history. Okay, error reporting. I had errors, and it didn't put anything in the history until I got an actual computation. So that's actually what we want. No history when there's an error, and input still there so you can revise it. Okay. And then this line is dead. All right. Well, we're at our time to stop, and I think we're at a good point for it. We're left with some ideas. I guess the question is, doing this thing of I think of it normally a syntax challenge. You parse a sentence and you decide if the expression, say, is valid. But there's another kind that says, I want to know if the expression is a valid prefix of a possible valid expression. So is it invalid so far, or have you already messed it up? So in our case, if you started with plus times 7, like, no. At the point of plus, it goes like, no, there's no, you can only start with a left parenthesis or a number. And so it knows that that plus is an error because it's not a prefix of a possible expression, a possible valid expression. Okay. So that would be an interesting challenge. We haven't broken it out that way. Mudshark 666 gave us a proposal the other day that was like, what if we had a phase between reading this thing and convert an expression and converting it to entries and actually evaluating it? What if we put in there a syntax checker stage that could look at that? And that might be an interesting intermediate step. What I started to do months ago was, it seems, I don't think it was that long, but days ago, I started down the path of saying, like, how could you do this? And so the only valid starts are operand, which is unit or digit, or left parenthesis. And then you can accumulate them. In each case, each stage can accumulate its own. And if it's parentheses, we track a parenthesis count. We make sure it's 0 at the end. So we sort of know what you have to do. We haven't said how does Emory M plus and all that stuff interact with it. But in theory, you could track and say, what state are you in? Well, I start in S. If I do a digit, right parend, okay, that's valid. It's an end state. I'm -1 though, and I violate p greater than or equal to 0. So I would know it's invalid at that point. Now, if I had 3 left parens and then we got back here 1 right parend, it's valid, invalid. Okay. And so those constraints would tell me that. And then, if p less than or equal to, if p is 0 or less, is that right? if P is 0, I can't take away more parentheses. So the key would go quiet at that point. The only thing you could do would be, well, I guess I need to go back to, oh no, you can't go right parenthesis digit. You always have to have an operator between. Okay, so there's enough there to start with that kind of thing. I just don't know what the other thing pulling at me. I mean, we had some history stuff. We had this notion of printing. Yeah. We talked about being able to load the previous result. That would be interesting. That we did. Okay, I noticed it didn't work very well in dark mode. Got some checking kind of stuff. I don't know. This one's a big feature. These others are more immediately useful. Although I think the basic functionality is now complete, except we have this button we haven't dealt with, and that's this pleat calculator. So maybe we take a stab at that and just see what we have to do. I've got a little design work to make that into something, but I think, just in terms of like trying to get something useful to my customer, potentially a few customers, but being able to see this might be more interesting than printing the history or something else. I don't know. It might be printing it's a good idea, and it might be that editing it is a good idea. So you could do some calculations, say, here's what if I take, a 23-inch waist and do this on the stripe and do XYZ or whatever they do. All right. So anyway, we'll pick up and probably start there tomorrow, just with a little experiment. And that's 2 to 4:30 Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. Thanks for joining today, and hope to catch you again. Bye-bye.